Hello! Perfidious Pete here, back to see whether anyone in Arcadia Bay ever gets to have any sex ever in Life is Strange. Think about it. All the work that Max Caulfield and I have been doing to try and get...
to find a way into the barn.
Yeah, I know you need to find a way into the barn and also into Chloe's pants, but all the work that we've done to try and get someone some action in this town, and still we're coming up empty, Max. We've been pimping Brooke to Warren harder than a dreadlocked Gary Oldman in a Tarantino flick, and yet Warren still seems completely incapable of acting in the best interest of his own penis. Victoria got gunned down by Mr. Jefferson like a behemoth in Battlefield 1, and despite throwing myself at Chloe like a softball at a county fair dunk tank target, her panties remain drier than a Libyan schoolmarm's in midsummer. I don't know what to do. This town is a Puritan's wet dream, which is ironic because, you know, Puritanism. Sex is apparently reserved exclusively for the purposes of procreation in this town. And you know what? Honestly, now that I think about it, not only are we not getting anybody any action, we're actually working at a net loss in the booty-getting department. Since thanks to me, Joyce and David's relationship is now singing a duet with David Bowie. That shit is over.
I hope this is the right place and we didn't mess up the coordinates.
I'm sure the game would have railroaded us somewhere else if this weren't the right place. Also, I can't help but notice the prevalence of squirrels in the area. Are we about to find Samuel's pile of bodies? Is this actually Samuel's murder shack? Okay, so we can probably just go in there since the squirrel scampered in. Oh, that's right, Max. The squirrels. They want you to find their dark and horrible deeds. They want you to know the truth. They want you to see that existence is nothing but a screaming nightmare of emptiness, and that the only way to fill that void inside your soul is with the shrieks and wailing of a dying victim.
Watson, we can safely assume that this ancient vehicle is not our suspect.
Obvious enough to probably not really have needed to be commented on. Back to the sex thing, though. The only people scoring this town are Dana the cheerleader and Samuel the janitor, since we're talking about the squirrels. And somebody's like, Samuel scoring? Yeah, but you gotta remember Samuel's sexual encounters are reserved exclusively for the severed heads that he stores in the freezer, probably inside this barn in his murder shack. The squirrels, you know, they got a program of free love. They don't judge. If you want to hump a severed head, they're down with it. Oh, what a rebel you are, Max. Clearly violating the no trespassing sign. You're a free-thinking rebel. Let's not torch anything just yet. Let's look at this electrical unit.
Why would somebody run all that electricity into an old empty barn?
All that electricity, it's literally one wire. And also, I'd like to point out that barns do require power, especially if you're going to keep livestock in there, because, you know, you got to keep your animals from dying, and electric heaters are a good way to do that.
These are thick tracks and definitely fresh. Nathan's SUV?
Almost certainly. Chloe, what do you want?
So damn fearless. Where does that come from?
She's fearless, all right, but based on the fact that she's been staring at the same padlock for like the last 5 minutes, while her fearlessness may be an asset, her smarts department leaves a little to be desired. So we already followed a squirrel who's let us in so we can explore the shrieking souls of the damned. Fantastic security on this barn, by the way. One old corrugated metal sheet is the only thing keeping potential livestock in and potential looters and or criminals and thieves out. Also, definitely not the front door.
Oh, yes! Maximus rules.
If only you had listened to the squirrels, Chloe, you too could be the ruler.
Blair Witch. I have goosebumps all over.
Yeah, where's the severed heads, though? That picture in the background doesn't have a face! This is definitely somebody's murder shack. It's full of severed heads, Chloe. Don't open it. Don't, for the love of God.
Chloe. Jeez, that is ancient.
Those severed heads are all mummified.
No, look closer.
Harry Aaron Prescott and family donate new library to Arcadia Bay. Prescott Industries celebrate grand opening. The Prescotts bring bomb shelter boom to town.
Nice scrapbook. You search for more clues and I'll scope out the area.
Also, how does any of that evidence help our case at all, since it seems like all positive and good things that the Prescotts have done for Arcadia Bay?
Yes,
I don't see how this is an
Prescott
indictment
clippings.
of them at all.
But that can't be the only thing here.
Yeah, well, you better hope it's not the only thing here, otherwise you're breaking a law for no reason.
Detective too.
Yeah, she finds and immediately centers on the most obvious and worthless thing in any kind of investigation scene. This faceless photo, though.
Harry Aaron.
Oh, he does have a face, just not from far away. From here, though, that's real creepy, man.
Old.
Tractor. Okay, let's check out the tractor.
This tractor has paid its dues.
Aren't you supposed to just be saying old like Chloe and dismiss anything that isn't immediately new and fresh because you're a hipster?
Okay, there's
Wait,
no
as a hipster,
reason
shouldn't
for
you have an
anybody
affinity
to
for
drive
ridiculously
out here.
old, useless shit? Shouldn't you be like, this is the baddest ass tractor of all time, I'm gonna fix it up and drive it around town? Gotta embrace your inner hipsterness, Max.
I guess the Prescotts were just born bastards.
Well, there's no way I'm going to try and decipher this flowery script, so let's bring this up in the read mode. Martin Lewis Prescott, Prescott Ranch, Arcadia Bay, Oregon. Dearest Mr. Linden, I am writing in regards to your outstanding debts that you have chosen to ignore. The Prescotts may not be established business gentlemen, but we are businessmen and expect our due. We take your silence as a personal insult and thus dedicate our family name to making you pay your debt with 10% interest plus a written apology. If these conditions are not met by the end of the day, July 24th in the year of our Lord 1903, rest assured we will make your life a living hell. Kindest regards, MLP. Do you really want to close the threatening missive with kindest regards, Martin? Shouldn't you have just said something like, see you in hell, or lick my taint?
Wow, sir. Talk about home on the range.
Or it's just an outside picture of this old barn from a long time ago. This old barn, by the way.
There's
How is
no
that
way
not
this
a,
rusty-ass button
How's that
will
not like a
activate
public
these ropes or
broadcasting
pulleys.
service? So we can use those to open the door, that's fine. But how is this old barn not like a show on
Discover the
PBS?
perimeter, Max.
Should definitely be a PBS show where like Master Carpenter Norm Abrams and Bob Vila go out and fix up an old shitty barn and turn it into like, I don't know, maybe progressive housing for hipsters?
If a zombie shows up, I have my weapon.
Or if anyone who is capable of being killed by repeatedly being stabbed with the sharp implement shows up, you've also still got your weapon. What do we got here?
Nothing here.
Old.
Just some old, rotten, shit-filled hay that probably should have been shoveled out of the barn a good long time ago. But, you know, I'll keep pawing through the animal leavings. It's, I'm sure, fine. No way am I going to get, like,
Just
amyloidosis
rotting
from
wood.
this. We got here. Oh, good, a hay hook. We can use that to stab into one of Samuel's victims.
These hooks are used to lift haystacks. I saw them in a Friday the 13th movie.
That's actually the least wicked-looking hay hook I've ever seen. That one's very dull. Most hay hooks are vastly more savage and terrifying. Okay, so we got a crate up here. Do we look at the crate or do we search it? We can only search the crate? All right.
Ah, the good old days.
Pollard's Market in Arcadia Bay. 16 cents for a dozen eggs. 70 cents for a pound of bacon. 50 cents for a pound of sugar. $1 for a pound of coffee. Wow, that's gone the other way, and that coffee's sort of stayed relatively the same price while all the rest of these things have gone vastly up. 75 cents for tobacco. Ah, those were the days back when smoking was still cool.
So many haystacks, so few needles.
I mean, you could probably stick a few in there if you really want to challenge yourself, I suppose. Or alternatively, you could just get a magnet. Where's the severed heads at, though? We've looked all over this barn. I haven't yet to find a single severed head. Not even a one.
Chloe would make a great detective, too.
Okay, so what are we supposed to be looking for? What should we have encountered that we have not yet encountered? Oh, here's another spot of earth.
Nothing here.
Nope, nothing here, just a little Pseudomonas, so good. So I guess we're supposed to wander around and look at the ground a lot. Probably one here, oh, one here, one here. Did we find whatever it is we're digging for yet? And a bunch of like old animal-filled straw? Jackpot. We've got animation. Trapdoor.
Whoa. What is this?
Trapdoor down to the secret murder lair.
Totally brand new.
That's where the
Why?
corpses are hidden, Max. That's where they're hiding corpses. Or their drug lab.
No,
Or their drug lab
you
full of
can't
corpses.
open this with your bare hands.
Or the drugs they're making out of corpses in their secret underground drug lair. So we can't open this with our bare hands.
I found some kind of hatch, but it's locked.
Yep, let's attach this hook and
I
then
got
maybe
this.
pull it open with the winch.
Hope.
There you go. And then we'll just go ahead and yank on this little bad boy. As far as puzzles go, I gotta say, this one, not too challenging.
There's no way this rusty-ass button will activate these ropes or pulleys.
Why not? Just because a button is rusty doesn't mean that the metal behind it is no longer capable of conducting current. Although I do suppose that current will flow less well through something that's vastly oxidized. We could rip it open with the tractor.
The The rope leads up to that platform. Must climb.
Parkour Max. Hell yeah. This is what you've lived for, Max. Parkour! Also, it's way less parkour if your wannabe girlfriend has to hurl you up into the high part. You're supposed to, like, do a sweet kickflip off the wall and do a running bounce, not...
I dig having minions.
Don't call Chloe your minion. This reduces the likelihood of you ever getting into a sexual encounter with her. I'm telling you, Max, every time I think you've got an opening. Also, you know, you could have slipped a little bit and maybe gotten Chloe to accidentally cop a feel. You'd been like, oh my, you've touched my butt. Oh, I kind of liked it. Okay, so we got an old motor we can use as a step.
That looks sturdy enough to stand on.
And it also looks heavy enough to have crushed your fucking skull, too, but... Caution is not the word of the day for Max. I suppose if she did drop it on her, she could have time wizarded her way out of it before it completely killed her. Just it would have crushed her lower torso. That probably wouldn't have been immediately fatal. Is there anything else up here? There's... Oh, we could take a photo of the owl.
Good evening, Doctor Who.
There is no way an owl would have slept through this while Max got this close to it, by the way. Owls are territorial and aggressive. This owl would not stand for this shit. He'd be all up in their grills. Okay, well, I have a photo of an owl now. Well, my day's done.
Good evening, Doctor Who. Sorry.
Yeah, you definitely should apologize for the Doctor Who reference. All right, well, let's go full Lost Boys on this one. We're going to jump out here and swing out like Peter Pan. Although if I'm going true Peter Pan style, at the end of it, I got to murder one of my own minions when I change size because the fight's too boring. So I guess I'm going to jump down here and then turn on Chloe.
Pull this rope without tearing my flesh off. I need to hook this up to something heavier.
If only you had a really heavy object that was, you know, like right nearby. Or, you know, a convenient hay bale, which weighs about 80 pounds. Is there something heavier around here or something else I can climb?
Here's the other end of the rope.
Yes, in fact, it is the other end of the rope. What should I attach it to? Something heavy? I mean, we should definitely attach it to this thing. Oh. Are we supposed to just climb down? Well, we can climb down, but I don't think we should.
That looks sturdy enough to stand on.
It also looks really heavy. I'm just saying. Oh, I'm real dumb. We're supposed to time wizard our way back to where that thing is on top of there, and then we can just hook it up to that. Right, got it. So let me go ahead and climb back up. It's been a little while since I played Life is Strange, so, you know, my time wizard mojo's maybe a little off kilter. I'm not as time wizarding as I used to. You gotta learn to see through time, Pete. It's just like when you're listening to Led Zeppelin's Dark Side of the Moon for the 45th time. Bring it on back. Come on, keep coming backwards, time. And voila, there's our thing. Back up where it belongs. Done. Oh, do we gotta keep going back a little bit? Okay. Are we good now? No, we're not. Are we good now? Now we're good. All right, attach this to the old motor. It actually looks like an old steam engine chunk. And then we'll just kick that bad boy off of there. Hoot! Yes, Max's string beanie arms she can pull this thing all over hell rather than... Sure, she clearly has the upper body strength to handle that.
Max Guyver strikes again.
Please let me shinny down the rope like it's a fire station pole. Nope. Just gonna make me climb like a chump. Now you get all parkour, Max, with the ha! Ha! Parkour! Hoo! Look at me go. Well, the secret murder cave is open, Chloe. Let's check it out. Actually, can we talk to Chloe? No, she's still just over here digging through this box. We could set this barn on fire, and I'm pretty sure Chloe would not move unless we said, hey, Chloe, the barn's on fire and you're about to be immolated.
Damn,
she wouldn't notice.
This is heavy.
So, Max can easily punch around and push around a giant old-school steam engine. Those fuckers were built to last, by the way, but she has trouble lifting up a wooden latch covering a secret murder lair.
You just did. Who built this kind of place?
Your strength is not consistent, Max.
Of course.
Well, give Chloe full marks for bravery, or again, possibly stupidity, since she's willing to just straight up go headlong down in the old murder lair. Guess we might as well check it out. Wow. Now this is some high-tech fancy shield. Yeah, it's probably just, now that I think about it, didn't they mention earlier that there were bomb shelters? That the Prescotts were like selling bomb shelters? This is probably just a bomb shelter. Can we look at the security door?
This is too heavy to break, so I'll need a code.
If only we had some manner of code. Oh, wait.
First a padlock, then a digicode? Someone really doesn't want visitors.
Yes, all of 2 locks. Clearly, they're overwhelmed with security. So it's 245 then, because those are the buttons that are really faded on the keypad. Let's go. I'm going to guess we're going 452.
Oops. Bad code.
Okay, so let's try 542. Oh, that was fucking tough security. It took us literally 2 tries.
Only worked in the movies.
No, Max. It turns out ridiculous, contrived, plot-oriented bullshit when you're being railroaded. It works in pretty much any piece of fiction. Be it a bad movie or, you know, not a great scene in a video game.
Stocked and ready for the apocalypse. This must have cost a fortune.
It's like 1 room with the scrub sink. I don't know as this would have cost an absolute fortune. I mean, they got a pretty nice water heater. It looks like it's high volume, high velocity.
What is this?
It's, well, I want to say it's a murder dungeon, but it doesn't really have the, whoa, was this like an operating theater? Okay, this is a little more high-tech than I had previously anticipated. They got a screening room? Man, this Prescott shit, when they go down, they go all out. This place is, okay, you know what, admittedly, it's actually pretty swank. You guys you're onto something here. But I think this is an event we're going to have to explore next time. If you enjoyed the episode, feel free to drop a like down in the comment section. Of course, your support does really mean a lot to us. And if you'd like to see what kind of illicit surgeries that the Prescott family is getting up to in this place, because the more I look at it, the more the discarded roll of duct tape and the probably forged suicide note that's sitting over there on the counter makes me think that this is definitely the place that more than a few people have met an untimely and unlawful end. But hey, we'll find the corpses next time. Right now, thanks very much for watching. I'll see you again soon.